Julie, thank you so much for coming to the studio. It's good to see you again.
Thanks for having me.
My pleasure. All right, so you've got a piece at Food Network.
No.
Excuse me, you do not have a piece at Food Network.
They will
No,
never
no.
ask me to.
Far from it, as a matter of fact.
Exactly. Can you imagine? My Food
You have
Network career is over before it even got started.
You'll never cook in this
Never.
town again.
Never.
At Acculturated,
Right.
you have a piece about Food Network. And it's really interesting because I've noticed this, what you write about as well. You say that Food Network is feeding the celebrity culture. And so we've got the Food Network specifically, but then we also have that broader culture of celebrity, right? Where
Yeah.
we're supposed to just pay attention to people, even if we don't really want to. We haven't thought about them for 10 or 15 years. We're supposed to pay attention to them. And Food Network, I think, is a perfect way of how this manifests itself in society. So, a decade ago, Julie, we had cooks on Food Network, and they were teaching us how to cook, right?
Right. You had, really reputable folks at the Food Network. It started out with names like Bobby Flay and Mario Batali and Emeril Lagasse, still affiliated with, many of them still have shows. Mario Batali doesn't, but many of them still do have shows on the Food Network, Bobby Flay, of course. And then over the years, we started to see fewer and fewer trained chefs and restaurateurs and more of these entertaining cooks. Now, that was fine for a while. You had Giada De Laurentiis. She actually is a trained chef. And you had Rachel Ray. But then it changed even more to movie stars and country singers, supermodels, and reality stars actually getting cooking shows. And that's why, I when I tweeted this out, I said, do you still watch the Food Network? I don't, and this is why. And the truth is that I don't learn much from many of these stars that are on the Food Network. Their knife skills also give me an anxiety attack watching these people cut with sharp knives. But I really don't learn anything. And so, but it's interesting that the Food Network has figured out a model that works. It brings viewers in. People want to watch. And what I said is that what I suspect is happening here is that I brought up a magazine, an entertainment magazine that has a section. It's like People Magazine. It might be USA Today or US Today or something. And it has a section called Stars Just Like Us. And it shows stars doing normal things, getting coffee, paying parking meters, grocery shopping.
Are you kidding
No,
me?
I'm not kidding you. And it's paparazzi shots of these major stars doing completely mundane tasks, right? This is a popular section of this magazine. And that's kind of what I think is happening at the Food Network. It's not actually, we don't need Trisha Yearwood's blueberry muffin recipe, which there's a million blueberry muffin recipes. It's the fact that we get to watch Trisha Yearwood do something kind of normal, that's the attraction. It's watching this supermodel cook something and eat, which that is a kind of a shock to everyone that supermodels can eat. But that's what it is. I don't think it's really that we're learning anything from these stars or that they're, breaking any cooking news here. It's just that we kind of enjoy watching famous people do normal things.
That would certainly explain why Reverend Run has a TV show for virtually every activity that he does. Because I saw the Travel Channel. He's had his cooking show. Mm-hmm. He's had his home decorating show. Now the Travel Channel has Reverend Run goes around the world, and it's just like him and his family going on vacation.
Yeah, I would love that.
Show.
I would be very good at that, by the way. I would be very
right.
It's good to be famous.
He's
it's good
just
to be
like
famous.
us.
Remember
Trisha, when we went camel dancing in Kazakhstan?
Trisha Yearwood in an interview. I'm sorry. Go on.
Okay. Well, here's the other thing, because right along with the celebritification of Food Network, you also saw the demise of the actual cooking shows. Like we watch, and on the Cooking Channel, they still rerun Good Eats, Alton Brown's first show, which is awesome.
Yeah.
And it's better than anything that's out on Food Network right now.
Right.
But it became too expensive to produce, and now Alton Brown, he's still on Food Network, but now he's hosting a game show.
I know.
Right? You've taken a guy with talent and intelligence and humor, and you've made him a game show host.
He is Alex Trebek.
And that, to me, in a nutshell, is what is wrong with Food Network, is that they have really talented people. But it's just, as you say, it is what it is, and so we don't really watch
Well,
much Food Network anymore.
and-
But
And I try to remember it's called the Food Network, so it's more than just cooking, but there's very little instruction that goes on anymore. Look, I consider myself a good home cook, but I'm kind of serious about it at times. I want to learn new things, and that's why you see a lot of really well respected chefs and sort of big names in the food industry. They go to PBS. I mentioned in my article that PBS will offer you what the Food Network never will, and that's silence while cooking. I mean, the frenetic nature of some of these shows, there's constant chatter, chit chat. Rachel Ray, barely stops to bear breath. I mean, she's constantly talking, and many of them are just filling the air with chatter. And I don't really. That's not what I enjoy. And so a lot of them have moved on to another channel where there isn't that need to entertain in this flashy, loud way. The Food Channel has,
speaking of celebrities,
yeah.
who will never shut up. Let me just say that this is a really good segue, actually, Julie, into the celebrities who penned a letter to President Obama, many of whom have already appeared in an Every Town for Gun Safety PSA, thanking the president for his work on gun violence. And then this past weekend, we saw the Golden Globes, and many of these same celebrities who say that, quote unquote, assault weapons should be banned, and we need more gun laws, and why do you bumpkins need guns anyway?
Right.
Were protected by a lot lot of men
Yeah.
and canines, and the men had
guns.
a lot of those quote unquote assault weapons and things like that.
Right.
And I didn't see a single celebrity turn and leave when they saw those gun owners and those people with guns protecting them there.
Right. No, exactly. And I think this is, the power of celebrity is, again, it's baffling to people, I think, like us who follow these issues, that people really trust what they have to say. But they do. That's the unfortunate reality. Whether it's a cooking show or whether it's gun policy, people seem to pay attention. I mean, Gwyneth Paltrow gives people health advice, really, actually dangerous health advice, and people listen to her because I guess because she's an actress and she's pretty and she won an Academy Award. I don't really understand why people listen to these movie stars as authorities. Matt Damon was in a movie which he's getting quite a lot of awards for now, The Martian, and he played a botanist. Is that right? That's right, Cam? That's right. He played a botanist. Mm-hmm. And I remember thinking to myself, he's going to think of himself as an expert in botany now, or people are going to think of him as an expert in botany. And he's going to start tweeting off these things about, plants and how they should be grown. And I thought, oh God, here we go. I mean, he hasn't done that. But this is kind of the phenomenon we're seeing. If you play an expert, you are an expert in that area.
I don't know. I guess I'm just not wired to view celebrities as experts or even role models necessarily. And
it shocks me. It shocks me that you don't read People magazine, Cam. It just shocks me that you're not reading. Yeah, the pre-show, the pre Golden Globe show on E. You don't watch that? It's strange to me.
I'm captivated. I'm riveted by it. Just glued to the television. But I would like to think that most of, and this is certainly how I view celebrities in general. Now, listen, celebrities can prove themselves to be smart and intelligent, and someone that I should listen to. They can also prove themselves to be buffoons. But where the default for me with celebrities is they're court jesters. They're entertainers. That's what they're there to do. Entertain me, make me laugh, make me cry, make me, I'll watch your movie, I'll listen to your music, but I'm not relying on you for any particular insight on how to live my life. And as I say, if you want to try to project yourself as somebody whose opinion matters and means something, okay, I'll listen to you. But I got to say, Julie, most of the time I'm sadly disappointed because we get people like Sean Penn and the typical celebrity.
Yeah. Well, the part of celebrity culture too is that many of these stars, big name stars, they surround themselves with sycophants and with employees who sort of cross that line into friend. It's weird. There's a lot of, I think a lot of these people sort of surround themselves with so much employees that have weird titles like stylist and, they're hairdressers and they're, all these people that surround them that they have very personal relationships with, and they're praised all the time. They're not really, I don't think people are entirely honest with a lot of these stars. And so, of course, you get this impression of yourself as being this, gosh, you're so right about everything. And pretty soon you're starting to spout off about subjects you know nothing about. So I think the culture is easy to understand. And look, the Democrats, and sort of more of the liberal policies, they are able to capture these people. They're able to use these movie stars to push their agendas. I mean, I got to say, I'm sure there were, every time a B grade movie star comes out and shows even a slight, conservative, ideal, we jump all over it because we have no one on our side. I think that one of the stars of the
you're right. I mean, it's true. Like the slightest thing, like Chris Pratt,
right.
I think had a picture on his Instagram account of him, saluting the flag with his son. We're like, yeah!
Oh my gosh, it's wonderful.
He's not burning it. Yay!
Right.
He's not burning the flag.
One of the guys in the new Star Wars movie, I can't remember his name, they found this ancient Instagram post that he had made, like, I'm not kidding you, like 5 years ago, and he was wearing an Ayn Rand shirt. And of course, everyone's like, yay, we have one. We have one. Someone who actually might, appreciate free market values. It's like, he probably, bought it and didn't even realize. No, I have a feeling he is probably more libertarian. But again, the sheer joy that was exhibited on the right is kind of sad. It's kind of sad how excited we get.
Well, I mean, it is. I mean, to be fair, I think Adam Driver actually has a pretty interesting backstory.
It wasn't Adam Driver. It wasn't Adam Driver.
After 9/11.
No, it's not Adam Driver.
It wasn't?
No.
I thought he was the one that had the...
He was in the Marines, right? He was a Marine, and he has a really interesting story.
Yeah.
But this was, I feel ashamed that I don't remember. He was the fighter. We should just, we should just stop this because I'm making a fool of myself trying to talk about Star Wars.
You're trying not to give spoilers. I understand.
I know. Let's just stop.
And I'm sure that the audience appreciates that.
Sorry.
All right, but there was
moving on. One of the
John
characters.
Boyega, was it John Boyega?
No, it was the one of the pilot. The pilot, the sort of the main character who was the pilot.
The actress?
Actor.
Ray? The character?
No, actor, male.
Okay,
in
I
the
saw
beginning.
the movie.
In the beginning. Yeah.
Okay, I can't remember his name either. Boy, we really should cut this. This is
I'm
just
going to be
riveting
fired
radio
from.
here, but,
Never ask back. Painful interview. I'm sorry.
it was going so
well.
And then all of a sudden,
yeah, we should go back to the Food
crashed
Network.
and burned like an X-wing on Tatooine. All right, listen, Julie, we do have to run, but I appreciate you coming on the program. I promise we'll have you back.
Well, thanks for this was a wonderful, awkward interview. So.
Absolutely. That's the best kind. Julie Gunlock, you can find her online less awkwardly at the Independent Women's Forum. Maybe I say less awkwardly. Maybe
I'm a
more
better
awkwardly.
writer.
No, depends on what day you catch her. See, how do I respond to that? If I say, no, you're not, then all of a sudden...
You're right. That is a trap. That is a trap.
Exactly. You are a fantastic writer and an excellent guest.
Thank
you. I appreciate you coming on the program.
Thanks for having me.
All right. We'll talk with you soon. Thanks, Julie.